Suck my balls, clown.
What the f is going on here?
Wait a minute, yo, not you. What?
Who the hell do you think you are?
You got dumped on your ass like a little good boy, and you got sunned by daddy.
To me, like a week later, it's like, thank you so much for stomping my dick and balls, dude. Okay. Like, you're welcome. Anytime, man.
We're not scientists, Shannon. I mean, God, we got to break it down for people who have brain pneumonia.
You are 100% wrong in all of these things you do.
Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network. You're listening to Gas Digital Best of the Week.
Welcome to Gas Me Anything, where you, the live viewer, get to ask all the questions. This week our guests in studio are Derek Drescher and Gio Perez.
Do you guys have this is from He Hate Me 507?
Oh, that's our boy.
What was your fantasy escape?
I never.
You never
So
thought
mine was right that I just kicked through the door, right? Like I just got the super strength, kicked through the door, ran to another block where Derek was, break his cell door
just
open.
with his bare hands.
Yeah, bare hands, and use that same strength to manhandle him. And then right before I leave, I'm like, remember this to the day you die. And I'm going to kiss him on his
To
forehead.
this day.
And then I'm going to go slam his gate shut again and then leave.
To this day.
And then I'm going to at least punch 3 COs in the head where they explode like some
And leave
Grand
on a
Theft
horse,
Auto
right?
cheat. You know what I mean? Like I put
What
a cheat
race are
code.
these COs?
All of them are redneck black people from
Black Trump supporters, black Republicans. That's the name of the gang.
Kanye's.
That's the name of the gang.
They all look like Kanye's, but they have the big heads like in NFL Blitz when you can put the cheat code. And I'm just running towards them, and I got a football outfit on. I'm just punching them in the head, and they explode. And then I get
so
out,
funny.
and then let's see, Paco's waiting outside on a
On a horse.
on a Clydesdale.
A Pegasus.
Yeah,
on a Pegasus.
on
You
a
guys
Cl- on a
fly
Clydesdale.
away.
Yeah, no.
You guys fly away.
This truly became a fantasy escape.
You
Yes,
said- you
yes.
guys said fantasy,
Yeah.
and I
And
should
you
have went with
delivered.
I should have went with dragons. And then
Paco's
it's
outside on the dragon.
No. It's my
Naked.
sister. My sister's on a dragon, and then we escape, and then we get married, and we have bleach
You
blonde.
get married with your sister?
We get married.
Oh,
no,
Game of
I
Thrones.
get married with my sister, and we dye hair beach blonde.
Game of Dominicans.
Game
I
of
actually,
Platanos.
I actually escaped from a juvenile
Really?
facility once. They fucked up and they put me in an NSD, which means non-secure detention, which is a place where there's no heavy locks or doors or bars or cells like anything like that. And they would all they would do is take your sneakers away at night. And I left. I escaped one night and I made it.
How did they get you?
I got back to my mom and she made me turn myself in. Mom. Yeah, she made me. She was like, "You're going back," and I was like, "Come on, I want to stay out."
Undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world.
Even though TJ obviously had the shoulder injury, in that fight, you ran through it. Simple as that. I mean, you took him down with authority. Some of the shots that you landed, they were nasty. Me and Anthony Smith were saying you were nasty in that fight. They were heavy, heavy shots. Talk me through it from your perspective. Obviously, the shoulder thing kind of gives him an edge, gives him a way out. In fact, did you see the comments that he just came out and said in the last day or two that he says that you're the easiest fight for him in the whole of the division, something like that. I might be getting that quote wrong, but you saw it anyway. But what do you make of all of this?
I just think he's a sore loser, man, and he's arrogant, delusional, and I guess that's what makes him a former champion, because he has to have this crazy mindset and belief in himself to actually do what he's accomplished. And I think he probably even thought the same thing about Renan Barão and just thought like he was just going to run through him. And Dominic Cruz shut him down, and even though that was a close fight. So what I'm getting at is, like, TJ's good. I can acknowledge that, but I just felt like no matter how healthy he was that day, he was not beating me. That's how I personally feel.
So Brian, our producer, is doing a little bit of shit stirring here behind the scenes. He just shot me a little message here. He said, He said TJ picks Aljo versus Cejudo on the MMA hour yesterday. I have the video. So Brian, go ahead, play the tape, and let's get Aljamain's response.
Yeah, I think that's a great matchup for Henry Cejudo.
Wow, why easily?
Oh, he's just got the wrestling pedigree, and his striking is, I think, a lot better than Aljamain's. Aljamain doesn't have much structure. I guess his funkiness works for him, right? Because he doesn't throw things the way you're supposed to, and he doesn't set up his kicks. And just 90% of his strikes are kicks. Like if I would have been healthy with that meal to counter his kicks and do it the right way, it could have been a different story. But I just think that Cejudo's more well-rounded.
Aljo, what do you say?
I think his comment about the kicks is semi-accurate, but at the same time, you had 30 seconds to counter my kicks, and I think I might have thrown 4 or 5 in that span. So why didn't you counter it? Your shoulders were still intact. I mean, right? So why you had an opportunity to do that. You did no such thing. You got dumped on your ass like a little good boy, and you got sunned by daddy. And on top of that, Cejudo, everyone keeps talking about this wrestling. It's not a wrestling match. We're not going in the circle with out-of-bound push-out points. You got a guy who's fighting you the same exact size, who's got the limb advantage, who's got the height advantage, who can wrestle just as good as you. Just because you wrestled on the Olympic level does not mean I cannot compete.
Yeah.
So they think Cejudo's just going to come do an inside leg trip and take me down. And, oh, my God, I told you his wrestling was so dangerous. An inside leg trip doesn't hurt. You get sat down, you get tripped, and then you're on your back, and then you're in my guard.
But Aljo, you know why he's saying this, right? Why is TJ saying that?
Because he's so salty.
No, well, yeah, I mean, probably a bit of that. He's probably pissed off. But because Cejudo beat him as well. Do you know what I mean? You know what it's like. Anyone gets a win over you, you always want them to win because it makes you look good. So, he's probably salty about the fight.
Godfrey. Trust.
I started to influence a lot of people getting in shit because they would always see me bring to the comedy club. They always see me bring supplements. Like, what's all these vitamins and man, you always da. And people always know me to not be a drinker. Like if they saw me near a beer, they go, "Wait a minute, not you. What? Get the out." Even the bartenders would be like, "Wait, is this for you?" And but I wasn't doing it because I never liked liquor just in general that much. I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
But I was still a root beer guy. I drink soda or something. You know, I eat cookies. But I know eating too much of this
limits gonna get you.
And then here's another thing. Just arrogance. I want to look dope.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I want to be fly. And so in my head, I trick myself and go, don't you want to look like what's the hell? Yeah, I want to. Man, what about that Marvel movie you've been wanting to do? You want to be prepared, don't you? I have talks with myself going, do you want to be you want to be that belly with the guy? You want to look that guy or you want to be the I say, hell yeah. You go to the gym?
I haven't been to a gym in years, but I work out.
You work out? What do you wear at home or something?
At home.
Yeah, because I can't do no home. That's just
I got into calisthenics and just kept
there's
doing
snacks around. I'm that TV. I'd be like, oh, better watch this episode. Get out of here. There's a bed right there. What? No,
I gotta get out.
I need to
here.
be in a gym where people are getting it in.
Yeah.
I need that environment. I need to
feel
hear
you. I just never needed that.
I need to hear clank. Nah, that. I need to be in a goddamn gym away from the house.
I get it.
The only time I was when I during COVID, he gave me his weight vest.
Oh yeah.
I got a weight vest.
You let me know when I want it back, cause all right, weight vest.
How much?
That's heavy, man.
40.
And I went up the stairs.
Yeah.
I'm up 27 flights, so I would do it 3 times.
Hell yeah.
I did 3, just walking up the stairs. I would go up, go back down,
Hell yeah.
up, go back down. Yeah, and it was, oh man, that was all I had because everything was closed.
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
But
bought
you felt it, like it got the job done.
Oh yeah.
That's my point, really. That's how I ended up getting into calisthenics. And
But
all
I
that.
like gyms.
I do like gyms. The only thing
machines.
about gyms that like attract me is barbells. Barbells are the best things on earth. Like barbells make me happy.
I like machine, but I like pulley stuff too. I like cable stuff. I like supplemental. I like,
but you know they're also saying now that the resistant bands are better than the weights.
Like I said, show the up. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Be there. Be consistent. At least minimum 3 times a week.
Yeah.
3 times.
And that's
not
easy.
one.
Yeah.
If you can get 3 in, and then if you can get
30,
like
45
3 to 5,
minutes.
3 to 5, dude, it's you can.
If you can go intense.
If you can knock it out, you can knock out a workout in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You can knock out a workout in an hour and a half. It really depends. It really depends on how many people are there. It depends on how many machines are occupied. So there's a lot. You might go, you know what? I'm going to try to do 2 body parts today. So it's going to be about an hour and a half. Sometimes you want to knock 2 out so I don't have to do the rest of it. So it varies because you can go, I'm going to do a half hour. What you're going to do is a half hour. I'm smashing this cardio. Boom. I'm going to just do shoulder. Bomb.
Get it
I'm
in.
out.
Yeah.
As long as you're fucking in there.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, I either got ripped off or this is my first case. Let's go to the next one. How picking your nose could increase the risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. Yes.
Whoa.
A lot of you on the listening to this are in trouble.
Yep. They don't remember, though. So, of course, the New York Post has to start with like one line that they feel is the funniest joke in the world.
I love the New York Post.
So the first line is, "Don't go digging for gold in your golden years."
Oh,
okay.
God, that's
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
So new research suggests that picking your nose could increase your risk of developing Alzheimer's disease and related dementia. Bacteria can travel through the nasal cavity's olfactory nerve, streamline through a pick, reach the brain, and create markers that are a telltale sign of Alzheimer's disease.
Create markers? I don't understand. I don't understand part of that. I understood the words that you used, but I didn't understand
like the meaning?
entire sentence. It's like picking your nose could establish brain markers that cause dementia.
So
what does that even mean?
There's a bacteria called Chlamydia pneumoniae,
Yeah.
a germ linked to respiratory infections including pneumonia, and using the olfactory nerve as an invasion pathway to assault the central nervous system.
All you got to say is brain pneumonia, Shannon. People are running around.
Chlamydia, assault.
Yeah, you got brain pneumonia if you pick your nose.
Yeah.
I mean, break it down into terms that street people could get. That's who watches this show.
Well,
they
they
don't
probably-
know all your neurotransmitter. We're not scientists, Shannon. I mean, God, we got to break it down for people who have brain pneumonia.
That's right. And they
Your brain done got sick on you because you were picking your damn nose. Your elbow deep in your nostril, and that's going to cause your brain to go silly. God, people don't get it.
No, they're putting chlamydia in their nose.
Yes.
So you should not scratch yourself before you pick your nose. I
Yes.
think, is that the message that they're saying in that article?
I don't know.
I'm not
I
understanding.
think it's maybe you should put another finger that's cleaner in there.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know what the answer is to this. It's a hard solution.
It is.
It's a solutions-based podcast, though, so we're going to try to figure it out. What are some of the comments, Shannon? I mean, there's got to be some people just weighing in. Olfactory sense? I mean, what are we, graduates of something here? Olfactory?
Pick the best comments.
There you go. Claudia's in the spirit.
Let's see. First one is, so just to let you know, this study was done on mice. It wasn't done on humans. So that's where this is coming from.
Mice can pick their noses?
And get chlamydia? I'm stuck on
It was
chlamydia.
only done on mice? Shannon, that's so anticlimactic.
So the first comment is, makes sense. My mouse has a nasty habit of picking his nose and always forgets to close the door when he leaves the house.
That's pretty solid.
Oh, yeah, that's
This
pretty
guy
good.
made a cute mouse comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't go dirty on
He
it.
took it to Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. One person
One more.
says, this study confirms that it's safer to pick someone else's nose as long as you wash your hands first.
All right. Well, that's a person who's into that's like a fetish.
Yeah, it's like an OCD
Picking someone
thing.
else's
Yeah,
nose.
first you're
You still have
OCD.
the germs, but then you can blame somebody and go,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's his fault. It's not my fault. He picked my nose.
Yeah.
and he didn't clean his hands first."
Yeah, the perversion doesn't even get addressed. It's just that that other person
But
is
I think
dirty.
it's like COVID. We all washed our hands more, so this was probably prevented. It's one of
Yeah.
the silver linings of COVID.
That's true.
So you were free to pick your nose more as long as you washed your hands. Antibacterial soap.
Of course.
My freshman year, my roommate broke up with his high school sweetheart to start dating this model chick. It was like an actress who went to school with us. And this chick sucked. She would lock me out of the room all the time because she didn't want to snuggle unless I was locked out. So I would just be locked out of my room constly. And then they would have like really because they were both in the acting school, so they would have like really theatrical.
Wait, this is in the dorms?
Yes.
What dorm?
3rd North.
No way. This kind of happened to me at Lafayette.
So
I'll tell you my
they would have like really theatrical sex so that everybody could hear, and then we would applaud at the end, and she would run to the bathroom
Incredible.
to evacuate.
Yeah.
But one day we were playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Nice.
And I called my roommate Ahmed, and she walked out of the room that she was in to come. She was, I would just prefer if you don't use that word while I'm here, because I don't like it. So if I'm here, that word's off the table. And I was like, whatever. So then we just started calling her the.
My God.
So she basically just drove us nuts for a whole year. We hated her, and she ruined my friend. So sophomore year, I am trying to fuck this little punk rock chick that lived in my dorm the next year. And there's a knock at the door. It's that was her suite mate.
Oh, shit.
So she talks to me for like 5 minutes and leaves. And I'm like, dude, your suite mate's with the. And she's like, dude, I hate that girl. And I have been trying to fuck this chick for weeks, and I'm striking out hard. And she's like, oh my God, I hate her so much. And she's like, listen to all the shit she hates about her. And she has these lotions and creams that she won't put away, and they're all over the bathroom. And I'm like, you should give me a blowjob and spit my cum into her face lotion. So she gave me a blowjob in their bathroom and then spit my load into the girl's face lotion and then shook it up and put it back.
Incredible.
So I just for every day for I don't know how long face lotion lasts, but it was a huge bottle.
Shit.
This girl was just putting my spitty load on her fucking.
Oh my God.
That'd be great. Lasts forever, by the way. I mean, it lasts
Not
like 6
mine.
months.
Well,
why use facial cleanser?
So did she. Yeah. So she was just walking around with a little screaming baby Zax all over the fucking cheeks.
Christ.
Zach Amico's Midnight Spook Show.
I've been on set for a few full body burns, and I've been on the show before. Never stops being scary.
Well, yeah, it's fucking
you
fire.
Entertaining
feel
every
the
time.
heat
Yeah.
from so far away. It's so, and they're always on fire for like 5 seconds.
I did a deathmatch tournament in Indiana, and this guy lit this other guy's dick on fire. He put whatever the fucking thing on it. And it was way too much, and the guy was on fire for way too long, and it got to the point where I had to physically throw him on the ground and stomp his dick and balls out.
Oh, jeez.
And his name's JJ Escobar. You look him up, he does a bunch of stunts.
Wow.
He does like jackass kind of stunts and shit. But he lost like all the skin on his thighs.
Jesus.
And it was nuts. And then he came up to me like a week later. He's like, thank you so much for stomping my dick and balls, dude. I'm like, you're welcome. Anytime, man.
Do you have like your wackiest like celebrity girl like you thought maybe it could happen, or just like a wild like Holly? Because like it's so funny.
You mean like a celebrity crush?
You're not even crushed. I'm saying like you're a comic. Like I know you enough to know like your personality is comic.
Yeah.
You're still in it. You'll do the fucking SDR show. You'll come to Joe DeRosa's stupid birthday party. You know what I mean?
I fucking love that guy. But also, I'll do 5 sets on a Wednesday.
Oh, for sure. That's what I'm saying. You're a comic. You're a comic for sure, first and foremost. But you're in a world of like
Thank you, man.
Like high level like film and acting work. And this thing like, what's the weirdest just like world you've been in where you're just like, what the fuck am I? Like
Well,
you
I
feel
thought-
so out of place.
There's a couple. One time, I was watching Scary Movie, and I was like, oh my God, Anna Faris is so cute, but she's so fucking funny. And I was just looking at her performance, like, I mean, the movie, it's funny, whatever. But she was so good, and so good on film specifically, because sometimes people are really good on TV, but they're not good on film.
Mhm.
Which is why her and Mom is really interesting, because she figured out how to do that. But I was just in love with her. In terms of, I couldn't believe that this girl. And so that was the only celebrity crush I ever had in my life. And then as a joke, I auditioned for Yogi Bear 3D. And then
As
I
a
sent
joke?
this, and then I sent this, you guys are both like this.
So I kind of had intel on the inside, and I sort of knew it was going well, but it didn't matter. I sent an audition to the casting and to the producers and everything because I had a callback. And I rented a grizzly bear, and I did the audition with the bear. And I totally was like, this is me, and it's me and the bear, and I'm like doing my half of it, and then kind of getting upset that he's like, "No, we talked, right? Okay, I'm gonna do the line again." Yeah, it's a fucking, it's like, just
It's. I
insane.
thought it was fake, and I looked up. It is actually real.
100% real. And so I'd send stuff like that. So I got the part. So then we were like working out the details or something. I was talking to my agent, and I said, well, it's this and this, and how long will he be out there? And I don't really know the guy, Tom Cavanaugh. She's like, well, it's nobody. I mean, and it's Andy Daly. And I was like, oh, he's fucking hilarious. And she's like, and then it's just Anna Faris. And I go, what? And she goes, well, it's Anna Faris is going to be the lead female. I was like, oh, all right, well, I'll tell him I'll do it. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. Like, it shifted my world because I was going to meet this girl. And the first time we hung out while we were filming the movie,
you fucked.
You could tell that she was trying to figure out if I was cool. So then I was like, oh, it's the same thing. Yeah. I think that's another thing is like, I will make fun of everybody. I'll scream at Michael Bay. I'll make fun Wahlberg. All the time Wahlberg would be like, see, this is what happens. He gets drunk and then he starts making fun of me. And I was like, yeah, because you're a king. And I'm a jester, and that's my job. And it was great because he loved being called a king. And that's what I was making fun of. I mean, everybody likes being called a king if you're in movies, but it's like so funny.
He enjoys it.
I mean, he is kind of a king among.
Can't argue.
And so
to come from a punchline of music to being a highly accredited actor.
It's crazy.
I was living in Oregon and matched with this girl. We were going to meet at McMinimans, which McMinimans, they own all these different type of locations, and then they're kind of cool and they turn them into bars. So they have like a middle school, they turn into the classrooms are overnight. So this one was I think this used to be an insane asylum or a jail or something. Anyways, so I get there early. I'm always early, and I'm talking to her on the phone, and she's like, I'm pulling up. And so I see her pull up, and then she gets out of the car immediately. Now, all of her pictures were headshots. So there was nothing like a online picture of her standing next to somebody. And she said in her profile that she was 5'2". And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So she gets out of her car immediately. I'm like, is that like a little person? I'm like, holy shit.
Imagine the kind of asshole that'd date this lady. What a loser.
So and I remember when we were talking, she kept saying that she loved tall dudes. She was like, I love tall guys, blah blah blah. I'm like, cool, well, I'm tall. So but now I'm stuck in the date. Like, we were going to meet here and then have a couple of drinks or whatever, right? So now we're here, and and I'm just like looking at her like, okay, cool. So I talk about this on stage, but this is true. So being tall, I've been tall my whole life, and I know when I'm out and about, people will notice me and be like, oh, that guy's fucking a giant, or he's a mutant or whatever. And I'm comfortable with that. But me with somebody, she was 4'8". So I'm literally 2 feet taller than her. And now we're getting stares of like, is the circus in town, or what the fuck is going on with this, or hidden cameras or what? So I remember we walked into we walked in and we're making small talk, and we go to this, it's an outside bar, and we go there, and literally everybody is like, what the fuck is going on with these two? And I remember now I'm like, I know I want to keep it quick. So I'm just trying to think how fast I can get out of this date. So she was like, she wanted to get something to eat. And I was like, I'm not really hungry. So I remember we got tater tots, which I was like, this seems appropriate for her.
Yeah.
Pounded our beers. And then, excuse me, I remember walked her back to her car. I was like, I can't remember what I said that I had to do, but I was like, I'll give you a call later. Block, delete number, all that shit. But I was like, what the fuck? Why would you lie about again, it's like I may be into short chicks. If 5'2" is pretty short, maybe I'm into the shorter the better. So why not just be upfront about your height? Excuse me. And it was definitely fucking bizarre though. I just remember everybody literally turning around and being like, what the fuck is going on with these two?
What was it that really made you hate it? Just that like logistically it would be like impossible?
Yeah. I was like 5'2", 5 foot even. I could probably date somebody 5 foot. But under that, it's getting a little crazy. I mean, I'm 6'8", so it's fucking.
You gotta bend so far down.
Yeah.
It would be doing back extensions on every single date.
He's like my uncle.
Yeah. Not me.
Yo, you.
Oh, I'm like your uncle?
Little uncle.
Yeah, Sheba said
You're
that.
avuncular.
I didn't know that we could put in requests with you for such things.
Can you Google vuncular? And let me know what
Avuncular.
that is? What's a vuncular? Do you know what it is?
Uncle-like.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, avuncular.
I feel that way.
It means like an uncle.
What a great vocabulary.
Here's a text you sent me.
No.
Sheba?
Okay.
Oh, no, please don't
Corinne,
read it.
I'll read the parts that are not offensive to you.
That's-
Would
they're
you
all
ever
of it.
consider me to open for you on the road? Like,
Wait,
why
what
not?
time of night was it, though? What time of-
11:40 p.m.
Okay,
and I was in
drunk.
Huntsville, Alabama.
I was drunk.
I'm not too demanding about money or anything, just happy to do it. So-and-so and so-and-so take me. Both very good vouchers.
Okay.
No worries either way. And I was with Lewis, and we were on the Offend Everyone tour. So I wrote, I think Lewis hates you. Did something happen with you two? Question.
Were you just starting trouble, or was that a real reaction Lewis had?
I was smoking a joint with Lewis, and we were just having fun with Sheba.
Okay, got it.
And she goes, what? Lewis who? Gomez? And I said, no, Jay Gomez. Did something happen? Question. Why do you say rawr? And I go, why is he so mad? That. What did he say? I don't know. He just gets so angry and literally yells and hit part of the fucking rental car today when I mentioned you. Dude, WTF. What did he say? I'm telling you, he just yelled and hit the dashboard. I haven't even seen him. What do you do? Question. To him. Question. You're probably fucking with me. And then I said, did you call him ugly on a podcast? And she said, nope. And then I said, beats me. She goes, I don't even do podcar. I don't do podcasts much. Not my favorite art form. I go, well, you should. They're fun. And then she said, I do when invited. And then I said, Rogan is big. You should get on that one. I'm trying to. And then I said, did you tell Dave Attell Lewis is mean to people? That's what Dave Attell people. See what I did there? I made a joke up.
You said that?
I said that.
I can't imagine getting these texts if I was drunk.
And then she wrote, he won't have me probably unless he sees an email. So you're dodging the question. And then she said, I had a long ride with so-and-so who really hates him. Maybe that had something to do with it. And I go, whoa, I think they dated. And then I said, I'm kidding. Let me see if I have any dates I can get you on. And then she said, I don't care about this stupid gossip shit, blah, 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 and went on and on and on. And then she accused me of gaslighting. And,
well, he was gaslighting.
And then she said she hung out with somebody.
Incredible. I mean, I feel like we can do a whole hour special about interactions we had on our phone with Sheba Mason after this episode.
Interactions with Sheba on our phones.
Yeah,
That's a good name for a podcast.
Yeah.
So like I told you earlier, I'm very apologetic because I make a lot of mistakes and I'm very apologetic. I want people to feel comfortable, but maybe I didn't apologize quickly enough in this situation with my buddy Babbitt. You want me to tell that story?
Oh yeah, Alex Babbitt?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. What happened to Alex Babbitt?
It actually ties everything together that we already talked about, right?
Okay. All right.
So we were out with Nick Alexander doing karaoke, with Amina and all them.
Uh-huh.
And we left, and he asked me if I could drive him over the bridge, or I asked him if anybody needed a ride, and he said, "Oh, can you drive me over the bridge?" And I was like, "Sure, of course." I had been drinking. Okay.
I'm drinking rum.
And so when I got over the bridge, I was like, I have to use the bathroom so bad. And he watched my car outside of a bodega, right? So I used the bathroom and came back out, and he was like, okay, I could walk from here. And we were like, bye, 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 all love, da 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 da. So he left. And so while I'm driving home, I get home. And when I park, I look over at the
She said it
passenger
like there
seat.
was a blackout.
I'm driving. That's exactly how it went. That's exactly how it went.
I dropped him off, and then
I got home.
I got home.
I don't know how, but I did. But anyway, okay. I'm liking it. I'm in.
That was definitely. I definitely don't have a story for you from between Brooklyn and Jersey City.
Okay.
So I'm home.
Yeah.
And I look over at the passenger seat, and all my shit from the middle of the car. I don't know what that's called, but that
Console,
little
center
the
console?
center console. It's all on my passenger seat where Alex was sitting, right? So I call him up. I'm walking from the street up the stairs. Scott hears me yelling, "Babbitt, what the hell you looking through my shit for?" And I was like, "Oh, I left you in my car for a second. You just went through my shit. Who the hell do you think you are?" He was like, "I wouldn't do that on my honor." He went straight to like an honor code. Like, "I would never do that to you. I respect you." I was like, "Oh, you gonna try to do the respect thing, but I see you. Maybe nobody else sees you, but I fucking see you, bitch."
Oh,
I was like, "I see you, bitch."
You went full Calise Hawk.
Because you realize you got a thief in your presence.
I was like, I must have peed too quick, and I came out while he was in the middle of looking through my shit.
Yeah.
I must have peed too quick.
It was 2022. I said he looking for my shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought he was being nosy. I didn't know what he was doing. And as I'm thinking, I was like, what's in my stuff? What could he have seen? I have some broken sunglasses. I have some old hand sanitizer. What else? I'm going through it in my head. And then I recover a memory. The reason why I know exactly what was in it was because I was reaching through it, because when I was driving home, there was a homeless man on the street. And I slowed down, and I couldn't find any money, so I threw everything, because everybody was coming. I threw everything out of the middle console, looking for quarters.
Keep going. Oh, on my honor, queen. On my honor. I respect you and shit. On my honor, my chest.
And so I was like, oh no.
Oh shit!
I did 2 good deeds.
Oh my god!
No good deed remembers during a blackout.
What up, motherfuckers? It's the Real Ass Podcast.
Halloween party was great, by the way, Shannon.
That's awesome. I didn't see
Natalie
any
came for a
pictures.
little bit. You didn't stay for the end, though, Natalie. You
No,
didn't
I
get to
didn't.
see the actual magic performance.
Yeah, I had to dip out early. I caught the slaying of the werewolf though.
The slaying of the werewolf. The
Where was
werewolf
this
came
party?
back. We did it at my sister's this year. She has a bigger backyard than me.
Is this a company party?
No. This is I do for
children.
For my son. It's his big Halloween party every year that we do. Invited all the kids in his class. It was a massive success. Like 20 kids showed up. It was
It's his own Skank Fest.
Yeah, it really is. Dude. It's as involved as anything that I do. It's such a
incredible, bro.
We do this party's not. It's not just like, oh cool, there's fucking Monster Mash playing in the background, doggy. We had fucking pizza, we had sandwiches, we had different events, we had a mummy rap game, we had musical chairs, we do a candy grab where you put candy on the trampoline and monsters jump up and down while they try to grab as much candy as possible, and the whole thing at the end, right? And by the way, James is fucking crushing. I'm watching all the little girls are kind of like looking at him like, and he's fucking the king of his party.
Yeah.
He's making friends with everyone. It was a great fucking
Dressed
thing.
as the Joker.
Dressed as the Joker.
Because his stepdad already had a purple suit.
So we tell the kids, like, hey, we booked a clown, but he's not answering the phone. So I'm playing it up the whole day. I was like, he's not answering his phone. We booked this clown. But also, coincidentally, there's been an escaped madman that escaped from a hospital who loves killing clowns. Very strange, right? So I'm just saying, be careful, guys. We got to, keep your eyes open. So we have it in my sister's, shed. Right, and we set it up, smoke with circus music, right? I got Gay Blind Mike. He's got a mask on. He's just menacingly walking around with a big mallet, right? And I was like, this is going to be fucking great. I'm going to do a little magic show as Creepy the Clown, right? I'm juggling baby heads. I'm fucking... So I come out, dude. We open the thing, right? All the
This
kids,
is toned down from last year.
This is toned down. It's not as gory. There's not gore, right? But I was like, I'm still going to scare them a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So the doors open up, right? And the creepy circus music playing. I'm juggling the baby heads, and one of the Gomez's, my cousin Natalie's son, he goes up to me in front of all the kids, right? I'm juggling clowns. He goes, suck my balls, clown. And all the kids started laughing at me.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, da, 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 da. He's like, you ain't no real clown. You're Lewis. You're my cousin. You're Lewis.
Put so much effort into this shit, and he took it away.
Yeah, there's always some fucking Puerto Rican kid.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I was the fucking Easter Bunny one year, and for 2 hours, this little Puerto Rican kid followed me. That is not the Easter Bunny. That is a man in a costume. This little fucking cocksucker followed me around for hours.
Jesus Christ. Was he wearing a suit? Why he's speaking like that?
Doggy, it was fucking wild, dude. So now I'm losing the crowd. Nobody's like, they're all kind of like laughing at me and not with me. Like nobody's scared. I'm trying to do magic tricks. You know, I'm doing the one thing. I'm like, trying to make a fucking napkin float. It's in the shape of a ghost, right? And it's a fucking hair hanging out of my, it's what it is, the hair, okay? Yeah. And the kid's like, I see a string. Look, everyone, there's a string. You little motherfucker, dude. So the show completely bombs. Yeah. Completely. Do like 5 minutes, do like 5 magic tricks. The kids are losing interest. They're walking away before the show's even over. They were over it. Beyond that, the whole party was a success.
Ain't natural born killers, legion of skanks. Welcome to the clash.
You remember a story a few years ago on Halloween, like some dude like pulled a fire alarm and threw like a smoke bomb in a hallway, and he was dressed as a firefighter, and then some girl like opened her door and be like, oh, is there a fire? And then he kicked her door and her. It's not funny, guys. We were going to make the funny about the story afterwards, you scumbags.
Wait, I'm just trying to get the story. His first thing was like, it's a Halloween
thing? It's a famous story from years ago.
No,
dude.
Didn't he dress up as someone else and come back?
No, he dressed up as a firefighter, dude. And
I
then
vaguely
he
remember that any day. Why Halloween?
Because then he could just dip out into the crowd and be like, oh.
That's how you get through the crowd easy. I get it.
It's fucking wacky. It's all really.
Yeah,
you
dude.
Fucking.
Pull up that story. Do you
He
remember
goes
this
to
story?
firefighter, fake the fire, rape the girl, dip back into the party.
Wow.
Did they ever convict this guy? We can find out. They probably did.
Well, if they found him, they
his name?
convicted him. If they found the guy, I'm sure they convicted him.
No shit. Well, maybe not. Don't
Whether
they say
they
like
found him or not.
All right, 50% of are never convicted. So that means you
No,
got
I think it's they never
50-50
reported.
shot to and not get.
Is that an accurate number?
I don't
or
think
did
it's
you just
accurate
make
at all.
that
You're
up?
just saying it. And
50%.
It sounds like you just made it
By the
up.
way,
I heard
Lewis,
like 90%.
you are 100% wrong at all of these things you do.
It's not true.
You are.
I'm looking at 50%.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's 50% of marriages end in divorce. I knew I had. Well, something was 50-50.
You know what they say? Hindsight is 50-50. Bobby, did we find out if he's 18 to life?
18 to life. Tyson, I don't even know if he got stripped. He fucking was fighting for the title in 2 years. Tupac was on Death Row Records in 18 months.
I mean, it was also a pretty.
So hold on. He got 1 year for and 17 years for impersonating a firefighter.
That probably is how it works.
David DePop, 42, faces multiple felony charges after he allegedly broke into the Pelosi's residence in San Francisco on October 28th and beat Paul Pelosi with a hammer, resulting in injuries which forced the House Speaker's husband to undergo surgery, repair, a skull fracture, in addition to other injuries. Police said that when officers arrived, they observed Paul Pelosi and DePap struggling over a hammer. You mean business if you're fucking trying to bludgeon someone with a hammer. When the police officers gave an order for both men to drop the hammer, DePap began attacking Paul Pelosi, according to police. DePap brought kidnapping supplies with him. What are kidnapping supplies? Like, can I get some kind of like those monthly like Stitch Fix boxes? Like every month we teach you how to commit a crime. This month it's kidnapping.
I immediately went to the Amazon. If you like this rope, you should try this hammer and this other shit too.
This is a kit this week, and then next month we're doing kidnapping. Then this one is how to overthrow a government. Like incredible.
What does that come with? Just the bullhorns?
I don't know what overthrow the government's just an old picture of Shane. I'm not sure what it is. These are fun.
Okay. All right. So what we want to talk about
up front today is this Paul Pelosi story. And I got to tell you, one of the things that's really interesting is that like almost the next level of realizing the nature of government. Like, okay, if at the first level you realize what the nature of government is, right? That there are these people who make decisions based on political expediency or based on, profit, based on whatever, will make decisions that will ruin people's lives. And I mean down to the point where like there are, you have like think tanks that are funded by weapons companies that will lobby members of Congress to support a war, right? Like, and those members of Congress, they know who those think tanks are funded by, and they know what the ramifications of war are. At least a lot of them do, and they'll still support it. Like once you kind of recognize what the nature of government is, that these are people who will make a calculated decision to drop cluster bombs on children and go, we think, I think that's worth it to make that decision. And once you really start to like internalize this and think about the nature of government, I used to say this, I've been saying this now for at least a decade publicly and thinking it for more than that. It leads to this question that is, who the fuck are these people? Like, who are these people who would be a part of this system and wouldn't just be torn up from the inside out by being a part of it? And you're like, oh yeah, that's the answer. That's really right there. That's the answer. That's who these people are. And it makes everything make sense. Sociopaths. That's who these people are. They're sociopaths. That makes it a little bit more interesting. And that's what I find interesting about this. It's like so many people are just like, wait, what the fuck is going on here? What? And then the absolute refusal to believe what all the authority figures are telling them about what happened here. I like that a lot.
Oh, we have one more food story that you wanted to talk about. The restaurant on January 6th.
Oh, so all right. So the Oath Keepers.
Those
after they
guardians of
fucking
patriotism.
they wreck shit at the Capitol.
The Oath Keepers are ranked above Proud Boys, but below Atomwaffen as in the rank of Nazis.
I think they're
ex-military,
all above Kekistan.
Yeah, okay.
I don't even know what
they're
that
all
is.
above Kekistan.
God
That's like
damn,
the
dogs.
Gab of Nazis.
Yeah, they're just trolls.
Fuck.
And so they went to a restaurant. I'll say a fast casual restaurant.
Fast cash.
Fast cash.
Fast cash.
And dropped a $400 tab. I'm not sure how many Oath Keepers there were.
Oh, I know what that is.
I think there was 5,000 of them. It must be very economical.
it was very
cheap.
They want a
what
tourist.
restaurants do you think they went to?
$500, you said?
$400. Oath Keepers went there and crushed.
There's a whole dinner though, a bunch of them.
Here's the thing. It
Yeah.
sounds like perhaps they would need dollar margs in that situation. Now, I don't know that the Oath Keepers would drink a marg, what with their hatred of Mexicans.
Yeah, they don't. they're
However,
xenophobic.
a dollar marg at Chili's,
Maybe
you can't go
not
wrong with a dollar marg at Chili's.
That's actually an
definitely
Applebee's fucking thing.
Yeah.
The dollar marg.
I had it at Chili's.
Oh, word?
Oh,
They would give it
shit,
to you in
this-
its own shaker, not a frozen marg.
Was this in Vegas? Because damn, you live like a
no,
king
no,
at that
no. The
point.
one in Jersey by the gun range. It seems like something the Oath Keepers could get into.
That's a good guess.
Nah,
Johnny,
Fuck,
what
Fast
restaurant
Guy?
did the Oath Keepers fucking drop
And
a
they
fat
had
bill
drinks.
at?
I did TGIF.
All right,
TGIF.
I'll go to Mike for this as well. Mike, What restaurant do you think the Oath Keepers decided to refuel at after the January 6th
As somebody
riots?
with a similar amount of shoulder hair to any member of the Oath Keepers, I think that you're akin to them in certain.
That was their championship dinner right there after they won the title.
I'm gonna say, you know, if it's me personally, I'm gonna go the unlimited fries route of Fuddruckers.
Ooh,
Yo, Fuddruckers.
Cause that's that's American too.
I like Fuddruckers. Never been. I just only hear good shit. I
Dylan,
wanna
do
eat
you
that.
have a guess? Taco Bell Cantina.
No.
Stop. I had that. All right, my second one's Johnny Rockets.
Johnny Rockets.
That's
all right,
also very
It's Americana. That's MAGA. All good guesses, but you're all incorrect.
The fuck?
They went to an Olive Garden. They just were crushing an Olive Garden. It's a no. It's a fucking ridiculous.
That's why they only spent $400. They literally all just went for soup and salad and breadsticks.
Just breadsticks, yeah. They just
Guys, we're on a budget. We're
yeah.
gonna need some of this for the war chest once we take over
lawyer
the
fees
country.
and whatnot.
You guys know how we're going to take over the country, right? We just crushed the capital.
You know how we have no plan after we kill all these senators.
Yeah. We don't know.
So it's not really a coup. It's mostly just a party.
We don't know who's going to take over. I guess Trump just goes back in. I don't know. I'm an Oath Keeper.
How would you know?
Yeah, really?
For real, though, they did Olive Garden.
Olive Garden.
Now, I'll throw this out there.
That's a foreign place.
Those guys would have been saying the N-word to Italians 40 years ago. So
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
it just shows how far Italians have come.
Progress.
Yeah, it really is.